Hello, my name is Vietka Jones, and I'm the school social work manager within the Student Services Department. Welcome to our August Open Group. I'm so excited that you've all decided to take a few minutes out of your day and watch our presentation to help you start the 22-23 school year off on the right track. Today, we're going to go over a couple strategies that can help you be the best version of yourself and have a successful school year, right? What better way to start the year with a plan, setting some goals to ensure that you have the best year possible. So start off the new school year with being positive, right? So this is step number one. What is so simple? Being positive. The importance of having a positive mindset. So we know that each day there are going to be some challenges, right? The day kind of flows. Some moments are really good. Some moments may be a little challenging. Sometimes some moments are sad. So it's important that we always try the best that we can to stay as positive that we can. And when it comes to school, one of the key things to do with doing well in school is staying positive. Positivity will make you feel better, give you a good attitude, and help you be more productive with your schoolwork. Staying positive in school means staying optimistic, keeping organized, avoiding negativity, and surrounding yourself in a positive environment, right? So we want people around us who are also positive. By staying positive, you can do well in your classes and earn the grades that you want. Now, does that mean it's going to be easy all of the time? Not necessarily, but when we have a positive mindset, it makes those challenging moments a little more bearable. Be optimistic about school. Make sure not to focus on the negative in every situation. Instead, try being positive about what you feel good about and what you're looking forward to in the future. Some things you can do to help with this: create a list of things that you are grateful for. You may be grateful for your parents. You may be grateful for friends, maybe a teacher, maybe the ability to just be present and to be able to have school online and to do well and have flexibility in your day. Write down one thing every day that you're looking forward to. So before you get started in your first class, your first lesson, write down one thing you're looking forward to in that day. That just helps it seem a little more bearable and not as overwhelming. Create a routine. This is so important in making sure that we get everything that we need done in a day. So when you're having maybe your breakfast, or just as we're about to start, right? School started yesterday. So we are definitely working on setting that schedule. And sometimes it takes a couple of days to kind of go through your school days to realize, okay, what do I really need to do to make sure I get everything done in a day? So you want to take some time and write down your routine. In the morning, how do you want to start the day? You want to make sure you're getting enough rest, first of all, right? Because that definitely, our brain needs to be recharged and ready to learn. Add a few minutes of extra time before each online class so that you can arrive feeling prepared. Maybe you've had some breakfast before you've started. It's just easier than when you're rushing out of bed to run to the front of the computer to make sure you get started in time for that live lesson. So giving yourself some time in the morning, right? It means waking up, eating breakfast, getting dressed, avoiding that rush. Because I know for myself, when I rush into a meeting or a classroom right away after getting up, it's just harder to feel like that I can focus and give the best of me during that time. And in the afternoons, they can be pretty busy. So staying productive throughout the day can be a challenge. So make sure you set times for breaks during the day. Now, the trick with breaks is not to say, well, I did an assignment, now I'm taking a break. And then next thing you know, when you're doing something you enjoy, time flies. So your 5-minute break can very easily turn into a 15-minute break or a 20-minute break. So you want to be sure you set timers for those breaks to keep you on track. But brain breaks are something that can help you get through the day. On those little short breaks, maybe it's going for a short walk, getting a drink of water, having a snack. So you want to be sure you're picking also healthy snacks, things that are going to, I call them brain food, things that help your brain work more efficiently so that as you move into the next class or onto the next assignment, you feel like you have energy and not tired or needing a nap. An evening routine. This is an excellent time to reflect on your day. What are things that went well today? What are things I'd like to change tomorrow? Just so that you can plan ahead. And again, the more we can plan for the next day, the more likely we are to have a successful day and to meet our goals for that day. And remember that schedules are only a guide to help you. Not every day is going to flow perfectly, right? So some days we'll have our plan and we wrote out our schedule for the day and something else comes up and it's interrupted our day, or we have to shift our schedule for that day and move some things around. So having some flexibility and just reminding yourself like, well, my schedule didn't quite work out as planned today, but tomorrow will be better. Getting organized, right? We all know this is super important for having a successful school year. Organizing, having some sort of system, right, to help keep you organized for your classes. It will reduce stress. It will help you with completing your work, allowing you to still be able to fit in those things we like, right? Because we have to work hard, and then that means we get to play hard. So in order to get to do both of those things, it's important to be organized. Maybe it's writing down, having your pace chart written and printed someplace that you can see it, and maybe checking things off as you move along. It's keeping your school supplies nearby, materials for certain classes together so that you can easily find them and use them when you need them. Some people do well with having like a planner, a place where they write everything down for the day. I know parents are wonderful at helping their students get organized for the week and knowing what assignments do I do on which day. And when you're writing out, those schedules and getting yourself organized, remember to include those break times in your plan and talking to your parents about the best time to take those little breaks, and then how long those breaks should be and setting that timer. Making lists of what materials you have to cover, what subjects you have to study for the day, again, what assignments you will complete on which day. Talk to your parents about creating the daily plan. Another way to stay organized is to keep your space clean, right? Nice and tidy. If you have notebooks, keep them stacked into the side until it's time to use that specific notebook. So you have to, your workspace where you're working each and every day, make sure that stays organized as well, because if there's too much clutter, sometimes that impacts, right, our ability to focus. So removing anything that's distracting you and keeping in front of you the materials that you need at that moment. Time management. This is a tough one. It's a tough one for adults sometimes. But time management is how much time you spend doing things, right? And prioritizing. This means doing the most important tasks first, and then you can save the time for, the fun stuff or maybe the easier assignments later in the day. So an example would be first to do your homework, then clean your room, then play your video games or go outside, go for a bike ride, play a sport, whatever those things are that you do for fun. But whenever you prioritize your time and get those important tasks done first, makes the rest of your day go by easier. Make a to-do list. This is simply a list of things that need to get done. It can be helpful to ask an adult for help. This can help you not forget those important assignments, timelines, right? It's important because we have so many different things going on in a day that it's easy to forget things from time to time. Set up a study area. Setting up a specific study area, maybe in your room, somewhere where it's quiet, away from distractions if possible. That can be very helpful in keeping you on track when working. Use organizational tools. So like we mentioned before, planners, online calendars, using your pace charts, and really just blocking out time, from 12 to 12:30, it's my lunch break. And then 12:30 to 1 is physical activity. Maybe you go for a bike ride, maybe you go for a walk, whatever works best for your schedule and your family. So everybody's schedule will look different. It should look different. And then again, you're scheduling and blocking out time. Learning how to make a schedule takes time and practice. So maybe the first schedule you create for this week, the first week of school, works great, but then next week and you start to feel like, oh, I don't feel like I'm fitting everything in, or I need more time for math class than I do for science. So being flexible and knowing that your schedule will change. It may be helpful if you get to Friday and you look at the week and then you look ahead at what's coming next week and end your Friday with, let's get my plan for the following week started. These are just simple little things that can help you, right? Stay on track, on pace, and not feel so overwhelmed so early in the school year. Staying connected. This is extremely important because, as I mentioned before, you work hard, you also get to play hard. So meeting new friends, it's a very exciting part, right, of school, joining clubs and different groups. You get to connect with other people. And it's so important to be able to do things. And that's how we create our support systems, right? Or the people that we connect with. So it's important to identify who are the people I can turn to if I'm feeling overwhelmed or a little lost or I'm falling behind. Is it your family? Is it friends? Is it a teacher? Is it classmates? So having those people in mind and knowing who you can go to in those moments where you need additional support, or just a reminder, right? That you've got this, you can do it. Did you fall behind this week? No problem. Here's what we can do to get you caught up and ready for the next week. It's important that you know your teachers and their office hours. That way you know how to get in contact with them. If you're feeling like maybe you need just a little extra help on an assignment or something explained again. So having that written down someplace that you can easily access and knowing how to reach out to your teacher. You always want to take advantage of extra help. You can always find a tutor, ask to meet with your teacher during those office hours. So again, just making sure that you know who to turn to on those moments where you're feeling maybe a little frustrated, or you just need some extra guidance with the scheduling and staying on track. It's knowing who you can go to if you just need a break. You just need to stop thinking about school and do something fun for a little while. Or if you're just feeling sad or overwhelmed and you don't really know what's going on or how to help yourself feel better, knowing who you can turn to, right? You have school counselors, you have your parents, family, friends. You have all of these people who care about you and want to help and support you. You just need to say, hey, I need help. So definitely staying connected will help you have a great school year. Self-motivation and self-care. Self-motivation is the ability to drive oneself to take the initiative. It's what pushes us to keep going, especially on those difficult days, right? On those tasks that are maybe a little harder for us. So you want to make sure that you are participating in class. The more engaged you are in class, the more motivated and successful you'll be. Participate in those class discussions. I know sometimes it can be scary to turn on that camera and open up that mic, but take the chance because maybe something you're going to share is going to help a classmate. Maybe it's going to let the teacher know, oh, I need to explain this a little differently. So participating in class discussions is extremely important. Ask questions if things are unclear. Reach out to your teachers. Maybe it's through, an email, write in the chat feature when you're in class, and ask your parents if you're not really sure how to get in contact with your teacher. Your parents will always know. Plan your goals. Set simple and achievable goals, right? Then start completing them. Build up to big goals. Start small and experience some success, right? So maybe the goal for this week is to attend all of your lessons and make a list of all of your assignments for next week. You will feel so much accomplishment. You'll feel good about what you've done this week when you meet those goals. But make sure you're setting realistic, small goals, and then we work up to the big ones. because we don't want to start off with a very big goal that we can't really achieve right away, or it takes too long to achieve that goal. It becomes easily frustrating, and then you start to feel discouraged. So start with small goals and move on to the big ones. And always remember, plan for imperfection, right? So that means just knowing that there are going to be bumps in the road. You know, not everything is going to be smooth and perfect. So knowing that when you hit those bumps and maybe you didn't accomplish a goal or you didn't do as well as you hoped, it's going to be okay. You know, you just remember that self-motivation. This didn't turn out the way I expected. What can I do differently? What did I miss? Do I need help? Who can I turn to? Who can I ask? So you always just want to make sure that you understand that not everything is perfect all the time, right? This is life. There's some days are a little crazier than others. Other days it's just like, oh, wow, like what a great day. It went exactly as I expected and planned. And then the next day it's nothing went as planned. So just being flexible with yourself and knowing that not every day is going to be perfect, and that's okay, right? We all fall over sometimes. We just got to get back up, dust ourselves off, figure out what we missed, and move forward. And be kind to yourself. It's important to show yourself love and kindness and compassion. And you can do this by giving yourself some encouraging words on those hard days. Celebrating your successes, right? So if it was a good day and you got all your assignments submitted and you're right on track, awesome. That means you can reward yourself maybe with something. Maybe you get to spend a little extra time outside or watch something on TV, whatever your family has decided that is a reward for what you've done and when you've done well. Practicing gratitude, that can be just finding those things we're thankful for, things that make us feel good. And when you're doing and practicing gratitude, it improves your physical and mental health as well, right? So we start to feel good all around. Physically, mentally, we feel good. Emotionally, we feel well. So those are all things that we can do for that self-care piece, because if we're not taking care of ourselves, I promise it gets really hard to continue to do well in school. So there has to be that balance. You want to be sure that you are taking care of your mind, your body, so that you can continue, right, to feed your brain and to expand that brain, that muscle. You want it to grow, and you're learning everything that your teachers are teaching you. Thank you so much for attending our brief lesson today on, you know, just starting off your school year successfully. Again, remember to set those goals, stay connected, create your routines, and practice self-care throughout the school year. If you feel throughout the school year that you need some additional help or support, please, please, please reach out to your teachers, your school counselors, any of our student services personnel. Your parents and teachers can help you connect with us or reach out to your school counselor so that we can help support you and have the best school year possible. Thank you.